For the longest time, the flow of information was a one-way street. A handful of powerful voices spoke, and the rest of us listened. But the rise of new media didn't just add more lanes to that street, it bulldozed it and built a completely new, chaotic, and vibrant city of communication in its place. The script of who holds the microphone has been completely flipped. The power dynamic has fundamentally, irrevocably shifted. It's no longer just governments, with their carefully crafted press releases and formal briefings that set the daily agenda. Their pronouncements, once received as definitive, are now just the opening line in a much larger conversation. It's not just giant corporations who used to control their image through expensive advertising campaigns and tightly managed public relations. And it's not just the traditional news anchors, the trusted faces we invited into our living rooms each night, who served as the gatekeepers of information. Today, the most influential voice might be me. It might be you. It's all of us. We are the citizens, the consumers, the public, and we've stepped onto the stage, not just as an audience, but as active participants. We've become the storytellers, sharing our personal experiences. We've become the watchdogs, holding power to account in real time. And we've become the change-makers, organizing for causes we believe in. Let's frame the problem this new reality solves. For decades, the media landscape was defined by its gatekeepers. Big, important issues were filtered through the editorial choices of a few newsrooms. If they didn't deem a story newsworthy, it effectively didn't exist for the wider public. This meant countless local problems: a polluted stream, a corrupt local official, a failing public service, often got buried, never reaching the audience needed to force a change. Policy discussions were wrapped in complicated jargon, making them inaccessible to the very people they would affect. The result? A pervasive feeling of powerlessness. Ordinary people felt like spectators in their own democracy, unable to make their voices heard. But now, the device in my pocket is a mobile newsroom, capable of broadcasting live to a global audience. It's a digital rally ground, where I can gather with thousands of like-minded individuals in an instant. And it's a powerful megaphone, amplifying a single voice into a deafening chorus. The proof of this transformation is everywhere you look. First, the proof of citizen journalism. Today, citizen journalists are on every corner. I can witness an incident, record it on my phone, and post it online within seconds. In that moment, I become the primary source. Before a news crew can even arrive, the story is already breaking, shaped by my perspective. Think of a villager in a remote area who discovers a factory is illegally dumping waste into their local river. In the past, their complaint might have been lost in bureaucracy. Today, they can share a video of that pollution on Twitter or Facebook. Suddenly, that local issue is seen by thousands, then tens of thousands. The video is shared, commented on, and amplified. That digital groundswell becomes impossible for mainstream media to ignore, and soon, national news outlets are covering the story, citing the original video. This intense public pressure forces institutions, both the polluting company and the regulatory bodies, to respond. They are no longer shielded by obscurity. The simple fact that anyone can see, record, and upload at any time creates a new layer of accountability. Next, the proof of activist organization. Activist citizens can now organize with breathtaking speed. With just a few clicks, people who are passionate about the same cause can find each other, form a coalition, and scale their efforts exponentially. Digital petition platforms have become a powerful tool for this. On Change.org in Turkey, for example, the last decade has seen an explosion of civic engagement, with over 300,000 campaigns launched and more than 138 million signatures collected. These aren't just numbers, they represent real-world impact. One landmark petition, demanding that animal cruelty should be a crime, gathered an incredible 1.6 million signatures. This massive public mandate pushed long-awaited animal rights legislation forward in the political agenda. Another, focused on ending controversial good conduct, sentence reductions in cases of violence against women, reached nearly 1.4 million signatures, ensuring that this critical legal reform remained a topic of national debate. This model has power globally. In countries like the UK, a petition that surpasses 100,000 signatures can trigger a formal debate in Parliament. That transforms digital clicks into tangible political leverage. And here's more proof: the rise of influencers as new opinion leaders. This isn't just about fashion or travel. A new breed of creator focuses on demystifying complex topics. They break down dense economic policies, scientific research, or legal jargon into digestible, engaging content that I can actually understand. Their power lies in trust and relatability. For instance, a finance creator in Turkey in 2021 posted a video explaining a highly technical tax detail. He did it so clearly and reached such a large audience that the Ministry of Treasury and Finance felt compelled to issue a public statement responding directly to his points. Think about that. A single citizen, using a social media platform, shaped the communication strategy of a national ministry. That is a profound shift in the balance of power. And finally, the proof of community action. Hyperlocal networks create targeted, effective action. Imagine a neighborhood where hundreds of residents want safer streets and more bike lanes. Individually, their letters to the city might be ignored, but now, they can converge in a dedicated Facebook group or a WhatsApp chat. They share stories of near misses with traffic, post photos of their kids trying to cycle on dangerous roads, and build a shared narrative. From there, they organize. They file a joint digital petition, ensuring their request is logged as a single, powerful demand. They launch a coordinated Twitter campaign, tagging local officials and news outlets. What started as individual grumbles becomes a unified, visible movement that thousands of others can easily join and support. Soon, the sheer volume of public demand makes the issue impossible for the city council to ignore, and the project gets added to the official agenda. When enough individual channels unite, they become an undeniable force. This all adds up to one thing. Public oversight has gotten stronger. Corporate scandals, environmental damage, widespread consumer harm. Many of these stories now break on social media first, exposed by employees, customers, or eyewitnesses. The old playbook of containing a crisis and managing the narrative behind closed doors is obsolete. Once a story gains traction and attention spikes online, traditional media and government authorities are forced to play catch-up. They can't afford to look away when the public is already watching. That's accountability, upgraded for the digital age. But this incredible new power comes with a serious catch. The same channels that spread truth at lightning speed can also propel misinformation just as fast. The open, unfiltered nature of new media is both its greatest strength and its most dangerous vulnerability. Outrage is an accelerant, and emotionally charged, unverified claims can circle the globe before the truth has a chance to get started. Furthermore, the digital pile-ons that are meant to hold people accountable can quickly devolve into digital mob justice, lacking nuance, context, or due process. This new power demands new responsibility, so here's our call to action. Here's what I do and what you can do to wield this power responsibly. First, and most importantly, verify before you amplify. Before you share that shocking post, take 30 seconds to check the source. Is it credible? Have reputable news outlets confirmed it? Second, if you are the one creating content, film and post with ethics in mind, respect people's privacy and safety. Think about the potential consequences of your post before you hit send. Third, engage constructively. Join credible campaigns that are transparent about their goals. Use your voice to demand accountability, not just to vent anger. Use your platform, whether you have 10 followers or 10 million, to explain and add context, not just to inflame. And finally, become a node of knowledge in your own network. Teach digital literacy to one more person this week. A parent, a friend, a younger sibling. Show them how to spot misinformation, because in this new era the public isn't just watching the story unfold from the sidelines. I am part of the story. You are too. We are all co-authors of our collective reality now. So let's commit to making that story accurate, making it ethical, and making it a force for progress that is simply impossible to ignore.